You're listening to KMCH on this Tuesday morning to our video stream. We'll be having this on the Facebook page in just mere moments. Day 2 of our Newlywed game, the 2025 edition. And this go round, we are welcoming in a delightful couple, Kandice and David Meader from Manchester. Been married 30 years, first and foremost. Hey, thank you for coming in. So who's the one who volunteered?
Kandice.
Why did I know that? So tell us, 30 years. Kids?
Two kids.
2 kids. What age?
My son will be 30 March 22nd, and a daughter is 33.
All right.
Yeah.
So there you go. Indeed. So you heard yesterday.
Yes.
And you looked at each other and said, oh, yeah, we can do this, right? Yeah. Feel confident?
We did until we heard yesterday's questions.
Oh, they're fine. Trust me. I try to make them easy and hard. Because if it's not a challenge, then everybody gets all of them right on there. But we do have a mixture in there. And of course, what we're vying for, you heard the grand prize, right?
Yes.
A grand prize valued at $850, which includes a couple's spa visit to Riverview Wellness with all kinds of things. You float in the egg and they just put the salt on your feet and do all that. And then a night for two, a dinner for two at Bit Brewery with the pizzas and cheesecakes and flights of beers and good to go. So we wish you luck. All right. But we got to do it. So who's going to be first?
We'll let Kandice go first.
We'll let Kandice ask the question. I'll ask her the questions first.
Yes.
All right. Well, then, David, I want you up. Miranda will guide you into our studio, the other studio there, where you'll don the headphones and make yourself, yeah, whatever. We go from there. Okay, so tell us the truth. How did you meet David?
Way back 35 years ago, Masonville used to have a 4th of July dance
Mm-hmm.
in their little town park, and we met there.
Was it, when you looked at him, was it one of these like, ooh, hey moments?
It was.
Do you still, when you wake up and see him, do you still go, ooh, hey?
Not always in the same way, though.
Well, I understand. But, that, and 2 kids, and what does he do for a living?
He is a retired minister.
Oh, good. What church?
Methodist.
And you?
I actually take care of him.
There you go.
Yep.
That's the best job of all. So
It is.
all right. So I have 3 questions here. I'm going to give you your cards. We are going to ask the questions and see how well you know David and how well David knows you. That's the whole point of this. All right. So are you ready?
Sure.
Deep breath.
That's right.
Okay. Question number 1. What's your husband's favorite memory of something that you've done together? What would you say if I said, what's your favorite memory of you two doing something together? What's going to be the thing that he will bring up?
Oh, that should be easy, but it's not.
Well, and see, this is where the 30 years could be, you've got a whole lot of space between 30 years ago and today.
Yes.
But take a shot. She's thinking, I can tell. It could be. All right. So vacationing. Okay. Do you know a specific location? Can we be a little more specific on that? Excellent. Vacationing. Where do you guys go in Colorado?
We went to Denver. We stayed there, but we traveled, within a couple hours radius of Denver and did
Climb
lots
the
of
mountains
things.
and did all that stuff.
We did not climb the mountains. We
Drove the mountains.
We drove them and rode the trolleys and stuff.
So you're smart too. That's
Yes.
good. So, all right. Number 2. How will your husband complete this sentence? This is you talking about him.
Okay.
Okay. You would say, if you want to see a grown man make a fool of themselves, Ask David to blank for you. Oh, tell dad jokes. And you were quick on that too. Is it the Methodist minister in him? Is it the dad in him? Does it create a toxic combination where he's doing a little bit of both?
Yes. It's just
Okay, so
awful.
what's the one because guys have about 12 jokes in their back pockets. What's the one that you hear more than any of them?
He doesn't really repeat them at home because he has a whole book of them. So he'll just open the book and start reading them. And it usually takes one or two before I realize that he's into his joke book and he's not trying to make serious conversation. Yes.
Oh, ideas.
Yes.
All right. Now, number 3. Which of the following will your husband say he likes the least? Apple pie, cherry pie, or pumpkin pie?
He hates pumpkin.
I knew I liked him.
And I love everything pumpkin.
You would like my wife. I can't. Pumpkin is so. All right. So we've got answers going here. We're going to tell David to come on back. We'll get him in here. In the meantime, we'll tell you you're hearing all of the fun of the Newlywed Game on Mix 94.7. So I think we did pretty good. I think she's doing pretty good on here. So take her out there. We're going to get David signaled. I honestly think you answered, and I love the dad joke answer. We'll see what he says though.
I should have never bought that book. Ever.
All right, David, come on in, sit down. We're gonna get to your questions here in just a little bit. How do you think they did? Do you think she answered correctly? Well, we're gonna find out here in just moments. So, feel confident? We'll find out, right?
Right.
Indeed. All right. Well, we want to thank, by the way, all of our sponsors who are making our Newlywed Game possible. David and Kandice are going to walk away with a bag of goodies. You can see when you leave, you can pick one. And I don't know what's in the bags, but could be something nice to share with. Do you have Valentine's plans?
We are watching our grandson, so our son can have Valentine's
There
plans.
you go. See, they're being nice. They're being nice indeed. All right. Here we go on the air. Back once again on this Tuesday morning, welcoming in Kandice and David Meader to our Newlywed Games. Now, a retired Methodist minister. Did you have a congregation here in this area?
No, most of my ministry was in Illinois.
So, and that's common. So what brought you to this part of the world?
Well, my family is originally from Masonville.
Okay.
So that's what I came back, and Kandice has been living here for all of her life. And when I came back in '89, that's when we met.
And where, pray tell, did you meet?
We met at our first meeting was at Pizza Hut. And
All right.
And then we actually didn't start dating and stuff till July 5th after Masonville days.
See, there you go. After Mason. See, she said that there was a Masonville dance.
Yeah,
that you were at.
Masonville days is itself 4th of July celebration.
And and she did say the first time she saw you, she went, "Hello, hello." All right, we are going to test David's knowledge here. Now, again, these are questions that I asked Kandice, and she is guessing how you would answer. You try to answer back. If they match, you get 5 points for every question that you get right. Okay?
Okay.
So the first question is, what would you say your favorite memory of something that you guys did together?
Oh boy, there's a lot of them, but one of my favorite memories.
You have to think for a moment. That's
Yeah.
true. And this is where being married for 30 years is actually at a disadvantage, because you've got, as I was saying to Kandice, you've got a lot more space between the start of 30 years and now than someone who's been married 3 years. But what do you think? Just off the top of your head, what would be one of the favorite memories that you would have of something that you did together?
Something that we did together, it was one of my favorite memories, is when we went to Wisconsin to the zoo, where we saw the grizzly bears and things like that. So,
and there were grizzly bears where she was saying too, but it wasn't Wisconsin. It was a vacation in Colorado.
Oh, yes.
Yes. See, now, but again, she had good things to say about that. So that's good. Okay. Now, so question number 2 is, how will you complete this sentence? Now, this is Kandice talking about you. Okay.
Okay.
If you want to see a grown man make a fool of themselves, ask David to blank for you.
Dance.
Which is good, but no. She said that you have a particular piece of literature that you often reference.
Tell the dad.
Tell the dad.
You're really good at dancing. You wouldn't make a fool of yourself.
Now, I asked her, I said, so which is it the Methodist minister background? Is it the dad? And she goes, it's both. There's a little bit of both in there, but she referenced this book that's in there. So that's good. All right. Last question for you, David. Which of the following would you say you like the least?
Like the least.
Like the least. Apple pie, cherry pie, or pumpkin pie?
Pumpkin pie.
Yeah, see? And I told her I knew I liked you. Pumpkin pie is disgusting. And then she said what my wife says, I like everything pumpkin. That's fine. Whatever. So, all right. Hey, so we've got 5 points. We are doing good on there. Your chance. But now we got to do the other half. So, Kandice, I'm going to have you go and do your thing and get set up. And we will tell you that you're hearing the Newlywed Game right here on KMCH. All right. So what's your favorite dad joke?
My favorite dad joke?
Yeah, your favorite dad joke.
Oh my gosh, there's so many. I can't think of any right off the top of my head.
Did you get a real sense of pride when your kids were kids, when they would repeat jokes that you had said?
Yes.
And much to Kandice's chagrin, but you just like,
yes. 100%.
Makes me laugh every time. All right. We are going to give the questions to David here just a little bit. Kandice is ready to go. So I want to thank you for joining us. Tomorrow we have, who do we have on our schedule tomorrow? We have Corinne and Nathan Nady from Strawberry Point. So we want to make sure that you're joining us for that as well. But let's get back to our questions here. Second half. 5 points. Now remember, the Hempsteads had 10 points. Mm-hmm. So you're in the running. This is you could do quite well on this. So all right. How would you is Kandice pretty in tune with you?
Pretty much, yes.
See, that's what she said that her job is that she gets to take care of you.
Yes.
And that's an important role, isn't it?
It's very important.
So, there you go. All right. Well, here we go. Get ready to go here. Back here on this Tuesday morning. By the way, don't forget, we have Guess the Day coming next hour. Tim Vick and Jen Vance talking about the city of Manchester and the West Delaware School District. Back here, though, with David Meader. Kandice is in the other room. What was the thing about Kandice that just really you knew right then that maybe divine intervention that you know what, I need to pursue this?
When I first met her, her beauty was unbelievable.
And do you wake up in the morning and still thank God that she's there?
Yes.
That's a good man. That's a good man indeed. All right, so here we go. We've got 3 questions. Write down. I'll guide you in terms of specifics on there. The first question is this: what is your wife's favorite meal to enjoy?
Oh, that's easy. That's chicken cordon bleu.
Chicken cordon bleu. Is it the homemade stuff? Do you guys do it together? Is there a restaurant that you go to that has?
When we first started dating, we went to Argonaut. That was down
Mm-hmm.
where the engineer place was now.
Mm-hmm.
And we went there almost every Friday night, and she'd have chicken cordon bleu, and I'd have sirloin tips.
Now, with your sirloin tips, you do the peppers and onions and
yes,
of course. Otherwise, what are you talking about? Okay, so that's question number 1. Chicken cordon bleu is the answer. We'll see if Kandice has the right answer when she comes in here. We'll go to question number 2. How will your wife say you'd complete this sentence? Now, this is you talking, okay?
right.
She and I will probably never, ever agree on the right way to.
Discipline children.
Okay, so where do you stand?
I believe spankings are appropriate when they're done appropriately.
Spare the rod, spoil the child.
Right.
And she's of another opinion.
She is.
All right, so discipline on there. And you know what? That is a common sticky wicket amongst couples. You know, is it the guy in us that does that? Is it just by nature? That's,
I think so.
It might be. So, well, we will find out if Kandice says the same thing. Question number 3. What will your wife say is the one thing in her wardrobe that you'd like to see go away? Yes.
In her wardrobe.
What piece of clothing, what article of clothing does she have that you look at and you say, why can't you just get rid of this?
I don't know if it's appropriate, but granny underwear.
Oh, no, it's appropriate. We just go ahead and put that down. It is what it is. So we've all been there. All right. So we've got 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. We are going to see how Kandice fares. Keep it here on KMCH.
Easy peasy.
I think that he did pretty doggone good too. And I think this is a great couple. So I hope you're enjoying this on our stream. And I know that sounds weird. I'm talking to somebody over here, but for our video crew, now that we know what to do, we're going to do it right. He did good.
Okay.
He did very good. So now it's the matter of, can you match? So before we get started, oh no, we don't have time. I was going to say, have you pick one of the bags, but we'll get started here in just a second. Yes. And I believe we may even have some tickets that we're going to be giving away for that as well. Kandice is back. Did you enjoy the jazz?
Yes, that was relaxing.
So there you go. I mean, I've done all kinds of things in the past, but that seems to work well. So you're in a relaxed state. You're ready to go. Yes. He had wonderful, lovely things to say. And I honestly think what has been, and I'm sure that you get this once you reach a certain amount of years in marriage, what is the thing that helps to bind this union?
I'd say our commitment level.
And Kandice, would you?
And saying yes, dear.
Yes, dear. Well, all right. Let us go into this set. Now, we're going to be specific on some. You know how this works. Okay. So question number 1. I asked David, what is your favorite meal to enjoy?
Chicken cordon bleu.
Now look at that. He said chicken cordon bleu. He didn't spell it right, but we already talked about this. I said spelling didn't matter. Now he talked about a specific place that you guys would go every Friday. You remember the name of it?
Argonaut.
There you go.
Yes.
And he would get the
steak tips.
See, yes. Bonus questions. There you go. Doesn't do anything for you, but go from there. So now you are tied for the lead. See, just like that.
Awesome.
Question number 2. How will you complete this sentence? Okay. Now this is you talking. All right. Wait a second. I'm going to back that up. This is David talking. I'm going to correct myself. Kandice and I will probably never, ever agree on the right way to
discipline kids.
Look at that. Boom.
Discipline.
You got a good one. You got a good one. She too. Yes, he said the same thing. He said he leaned toward the spare the rod, spoil the child philosophy. And you know what? There's biblical reference to that. So that's okay. How would you generalize your philosophy of discipline?
Much more structured and strict.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Hey.
No spanking, but more structured, strict.
And I'm sure there were moments. I like how he's just like, just gonna let her say it. Just gonna let her say it. But now you are in the lead. You are officially now in the lead. Last question. What will you say is the one thing in your wardrobe that he would like to see go away?
Can we say it on the
Yes,
air?
go ahead. He asked the same question.
Granny panties.
Boom! This is good. That is, I am quite proud of both of you. He even said, can I say this? And I was like, yeah, go ahead. Granny panties. And I was like, there you go. What is it about those? And this is just, yeah, that will lead us down a conversation that we don't want to have. Well, guess what? You have 20 points. That puts you soundly in the lead so far, day 2.
Right.
But it is the bar by which the rest of them will have to get past. And that means that you are that much closer to that grand prize. But for the time being, Kandice, since you answered all the questions correctly, I'll have you pick one of those bags that are there. Just the ones that are in the front, they're on top, and bring it this way. And to you, as just being a participant in this, we have got a gift certificate for Prestige Day Spa in Edgewood and the Turkey River Mall in Elkader. Have you ever been to the Turkey River Mall in Elkader?
No, I have not.
It is a 4-story. They got all kinds of collectibles and nifty things and antiques and oh, you'll love it. You'll spend the afternoon there. Trust me, it is a great stop in there. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for playing.
Our pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
David and Kandice Meader, day number 2 of our Newlywed game. Now, again, tomorrow we are going to be welcoming in Corrine and Nathan Nading from Strawberry Point. Thursday, it's Brooke and Mitchell Gloway of Guttenberg. And Friday, the other end of the spectrum, Emily and Kurt Kramer, who've been married for 3 years, will join us. And we will pick, by the end of the week, a grand prize winner, courtesy of all of our sponsors and all of us here at KMCH.